Good day everyone. Today we'll be continuing our discussion with chapter units and measurement. In the last class, we were discussing dimensional analysis, or we have just started dimensional analysis. So today we will discuss applications of dimensional analysis, or what is the use of dimensional analysis in physics. So before going on to applications of dimensional analysis, I would like to discuss a very important term which will be coming across, that is dimensional equation. You should know something, that is what is the meaning of dimensional equation. So what is a dimensional equation? Dimensional equation. Dimensional equation is an equation, or dimensional equation consists of an equation in which the physical quantity is equated to its dimensional formula. Means a dimensional equation is something in which a physical quantity is equated to its dimensional formula. For example, yesterday we were discussing dimensions of some of the derived quantities or physical quantities such as area. So the dimensional formula for area was we are seeing the dimensional formula for area was L square. So in most of the textbooks, to give it a more standardized form, they represent all the dimensions in terms of mass, length and time, m0, L square, t0. So this is the dimension for area. This is also the dimension for area only, but to give all the dimensions a standard appearance, all the dimensions are represented in terms of mass, length and time. So if it is not having mass and time as dimensions, so their powers are 0. So the dimension of area is m0 L square t0. So suppose I write A. This A contained in square bracket represents area. Area is equal to what? m0 L square t0. Now this is what you call a dimensional equation. Now this is what you call a dimensional equation, in which this LHS left hand side represents the physical quantity contained in the square bracket. This A square bracket means area is equal to its dimensional formula, that is m0 L square t0. Similarly, we have also seen that dimensional formula for volume. So the dimensional equation representing volume will be m0 L cube t0. The dimensional formula for volume is m0 L cube t0. So, and it is written on LHS. So this is the dimensional equation for volume. Similarly, velocity also yesterday we have discussed, or in the last class we have discussed. So velocity, dimensions of velocity is, dimension of velocity will be m0 L t minus 1. If I equate it to velocity, now this V represents velocity. So velocity equated to its dimensional formula forms the dimensional equation for velocity. Similarly, this is dimensional equation representing area. This is dimensional equation representing volume. So you can find dimensional equation for any physical quantity. Now let us go on to discuss the applications of dimensional analysis. Now basically there are two important applications of dimensional analysis. Application of dimensional analysis. Now there are two important applications of dimensional analysis. The first important application, or the first, is checking correctness of a formula. and second, derivation of a formula. Derivation of a formula. So these are two important applications of dimensional analysis. We will be discussing it one by one. So let us discuss the first application, that is checking correctness of a formula. So in the beginning or in your junior classes, you were simply told a formula for some physical quantity. Now there was no way by which you can verify that the formula which you are told is correct or not. So there is this way, or by using dimensional analysis, you can check whether the formula which you have been told is correct or not. So we'll be seeing how to check correctness of a formula. So let me rub this so that I can use this space also. So checking correctness of a formula. Checking correctness of a formula. Now tell me one thing. Can we add mass to time? Can we add velocity to mass? Can we add time to velocity? No, you cannot add these physical quantities together. Why you cannot add? Because there is a rule which says that only those physical quantities which have same dimensional formula, only those physical quantities which have same dimensional formula can be added or subtracted. So always remember that mass can be added or subtracted with mass only, time can be added or subtracted with time only, velocity can be added or subtracted with velocity only. Means any physical quantity can be added or subtracted with that physical quantity which is having same dimensions as the physical quantity which you are trying to add or subtract. So this principle or this rule is known as principle of homogeneity. So principle of homogeneity is the rule which says that dimensions or the physical quantities having the same dimensions can be added or subtracted. So remember, sometimes it is asked what is principle of homogeneity. So principle of homogeneity says that only those physical quantities can be added or subtracted which have same dimensional formula. Understand? So if you are asked, kindly or try to remember this if you are asked somewhere in the examination or anywhere. So this checking the correctness of a formula is based on that principle of homogeneity only. So how we can check if a formula is correct or not? If the dimension of all the terms on LHS is equal to dimension of all the terms on RHS. Means you will find the dimension of LHS separately, and then you will find the dimension of RHS of the formula separately, and if those two dimensions match, then only that formula is correct. Otherwise you cannot say that the formula is correct. So to check whether a formula is correct or not, you have to make sure that the dimensions of all the terms on LHS is equal to dimensions of all the terms on RHS. Now let us understand this with an example. Suppose you are given a formula. Half mv square is equal to mgh. Any random formula you can take. You are given a formula half mv square is equal to mgh, and you are asked to check whether this formula is dimensionally correct or not, or whether this formula is correct or not. So what you can do, you can first find the dimensions of all the terms on LHS and then find the terms of dimension of all the terms of RHS. So let us find the dimension of LHS. So LHS consists of what? LHS consists of half mv square. What is the dimension of half? Half is a constant, it will not have any dimension. What is the dimension for m mass? The dimension for mass will be m, and v square, that is velocity square. So the dimension of velocity is what? The dimension of velocity is lt minus 1, but we have to take it square because here there is square of velocity. So we will get what? M L square t minus 2. On writing everything together, you will get M L square t minus 2. So this is the dimension of LHS. The dimension of LHS is M L square t minus 2. Let us write below this. So the dimension of LHS is M L square t minus 2. Now we will find the dimensions of RHS. Now let us find the dimension of right hand side. So the dimension of RHS right hand side is mgh. Now what is the dimension for mass? The dimension for mass will be m. What is g? G is acceleration due to gravity, which is acceleration only. So it will have dimension of acceleration only, and the dimension for acceleration is lt minus 2, and h is the height, which will have dimension of length. So it will be L. On multiplying all this, we will get what? M L square and t minus 2. So the dimension of RHS comes out to be M L square t minus 2. Now let us write the dimension of RHS below RHS. So it will be M L square t minus 2. Now as you can see, the dimensions of LHS is what? M L square t minus 2. The dimension of RHS is what? M L square t minus 2. As the dimension of LHS is equal to dimensions of RHS, so this formula is correct. So this is how you can check the correctness of a formula. We will be discussing about the next application, that is derivation of the formula, in the next class. Today we will be keep it till here only. We will continue further in next class. Thank you so much.